Hello. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Tony, are you there? Testing. Tony, have you got the correct workout? You can reply to me on messenger so I can see what's going on. I can see you on Zwift, but I don't know whether you're in Zwift or if you're just chilling out in the blue screen. For those who are just watching, welcome to tonight's Zwift training session. Just looking to get going, just trying to figure out who's where, doing what. We will be getting going very shortly, and we will be taking you through a session called Angel, which is all about short power-based speeds mixed with some sub-threshold work. It's going to work both your aerobic and your anaerobic capacity. Okay, Tony, if you're listening, I'm going to crack on with the session. There he is. Hello, Anthony. Okay, so I'm going to start with a 5-minute warm-up, dead easy, 90 RPM, RPM, never really put those two words together, and it's a 10-minute warm-up really, and then we're going to get into some sub-threshold with some sprints, and then we're going to get into some more endurance-based work. Just going to bring myself out of the big gears. If you're in a big gear, I want to see you come up into a nice easy gear. So you're looking at 90 RPM, reduce the stress out of the legs, really get your cadence up to about 90. So been off the bike for a couple of weeks, had a slight back twinge, so hopefully this is going to be nice and easy, although it's not really an easy session. We've got Tony giving me a bit of a piggyback here. Give everyone a wave, Tony. There's been a couple of new updates in the Zwift app I see where you can, I want to give this a go. It's about the FTP. It looks like you can increase and decrease your FTP resistance or something. I want to give that a go as well today, which looks like it could be fun. So depending on how good and fresh you feel in a training session, you can increase and decrease. So down the bottom left, I can see there's a little marker that says 100%. You've got triangles that are up and down. So it looks like you can increase and decrease your FTP resistance. That'll be good fun. Tony, maybe type a little message to us on the Zwift app or something to say how you're getting on. Tony's typing. This is exciting. Okay, so resistance is just going to stay the same for this 5-minute section, just at 140. That's quite low down in terms of my FTP. So it's nice and easy. Tony's only got 10 of free trial. Pal can hit you, lol. No idea what he's on about. I think he's had a few beers again. So that was cool. So I just increased and decreased my resistance there by, and it goes up in 1% increments. But it looks like if you just held down on top of the number or on top of the button, you're able to just probably jam it right up. Oh, it's exciting! It's exciting. Come on, Tony, keep with. Vivo! So as you can see, the power's gone up from 140 to 155. So we're just slightly increasing. And we're going to go up to, for me it's 190. Tony will be just slightly underneath that. We're going to do some ups and downs. 5 mins, 1 min, 30 seconds. Tony went somewhere completely different. Don't know where he's gone now. Unfortunately, we won't be with Tony for the rest of this session. Looks like it'll just be me on my own. So I'm going to change over from push to talk to voice activity so you can hear everything, including my turbo, which always makes a good noise. And that's enough. Oh, I've set the settings to this group, so it has to be push to talk. Maybe I can fix that. All right, hopefully we are now voice connected. And you should just be able to hear me, but hello? Hello. That's a bit better. Hopefully that should, there we go. Hopefully that should be picking me up. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Picking me up, that's good. Technology sometimes goes a little bit awry. I can't quite figure it out, but this time I think we got it nailed. So you're going to hear me panting and puffing. I've got a bit excited there. Increase the power. Tony, give me a message if you're all right. Tapping a message out. See if anyone responds. So we're going to start heading up Box Hill, but because we are in erg mode, we will not feel that resistance. The resistance will only be in coordination with the training session on the left. So everything that you see on the left is what I will be doing, and the resistance will put through into the turbo. So here we go. So we're going to go first set 190. So this is still not too hard. We're about 80%, or less than that, 70%. Nice and easy. Keeping that cadence nice and fast. I'm probably going to look to just nip into an easier gear. I'm going to keep increasing that pressure in the pedal, use the front of my foot, drive it forward. Oh, Tony's on the mall. He's having a shop. Disappeared somewhere. All right, so here we go. We're marching up the hill. Keeping a nice smooth cadence. Getting a nice balance between our 2 feet. Making sure we apply correct pressure on both sides. And we're going to make sure that we keep it nice and steady, nice and steady. So what can happen when we do long, steady efforts is we can kind of, our minds can wander and we can start thinking of something else. But what's great about, you can use what's in front of you, use the visualization to start tinkering around with your cadence, with your body position. See what works for you. See how you can maintain a really nice effort on these longer efforts. It's the same when you go for shorter, longer, harder efforts, because you're going to use more force, you're going to start using more energy. So what you want to do is just get a really nice, smooth action and build it up in these lower efforts. And then you can work on speed, force and strength after that. So what I'm going to do, I've just pulled my feet back slightly to get the balls of my foot into the front of the shoe. And that's just going to help me spin the legs a little bit faster, get them up to the cadence that I want. But what's great about the erg mode is that it doesn't really matter what gear you're in. What's going to happen is the resistance is going to come on and off as necessary to make sure that you just hit your numbers correctly. But what will change is your speed. So if you delve into your harder gears, you'll notice your speed increases as long as you maintain the same cadence. But what happens is the energy you use is more because the force that you're using to push a harder gear is therefore increased. So that's where we talk about efficiency of power, and we want to make sure that we're using the right gear at the right time for the right situation. I'm starting to get my sweat on now. Once again, not got my fan on. Okay. Who likes a shirt tonight? Ooh, victory is in my veins. We like to give these shirts out to our clients. We've also got Legs You Got This. If you look at our Instagram feed, you'll see the various types of shirts that we can do. We like a good old slogan tee. So if you do want a slogan tee, get in touch. We can get you one, we can sort you out with one. For every 100 people that join our social media accounts, we also give away free clothing, so t-shirts, socks, pouches, stuff like that. So I think the last time I checked Instagram, I'm relatively new to the old Instagram, and I was at 194. If we get to 200, I might even do 2 personalised giveaways for 2 people. How about that? So if you're watching now and you want a t-shirt, a slogan tee, or some slogan socks, make sure you contact me. You can do that on Messenger, Twitter, Facebook, all the usual stuff. Email, got emails out, info@thecyclegym.co.uk. Also another good one. So as you can see, our cadence has dropped again. That's what's really good again about the visual here is if I can see that, become a little bit lazy, become a little bit sloppy there. So I've just increased the speed of my cadence, and that's going to be necessary because the resistance is going to come on in a second. And we're going to increase again once we go through this banner. We're going to go up to 215 for me. If Zwift ever get percentage of power on here, I'd be a very happy person. That's what's really helped me dial in my numbers over the last 4 or 5 years when using indoor training systems. Not knowing what percentage of power I'm doing really annoys me. Okay, we're going up 265, here we go. So when we come off those big efforts, what you're going to do, you're going to continue pedaling. You're going to continue with that speed under the pedals. So make sure that you don't reduce the power by too much, because that's what's going to give you momentum after a short burst like that. Keeping everything nice and controlled. By losing speed and force, you're going to reduce your power and people are going to start flying by you. If you want to keep it nice and steady, keep the pressure on the pedal. Okay, so now we're into short, sharp sections. That's the 215. So all I'm doing here is I'm just continuing to pedal at the same cadence. And the resistance on the back just takes care of itself. So 5 seconds, we're going to go for another spin. Doesn't need too much pressure change. Just going to increase it slightly. Just going to keep the feet nice and tight to the pedal. Just a small little Small little spin, small little charge there. But we're keeping pedaling, we keep that speed going underneath. You can even drop into a harder gear if your cadence is too high, just give you extra bit of resistance underneath. Making sure you're getting your water in as well. Remember, indoors training, you need to drink about 1.5 to 2 times the amount of water that you would outdoors due to the heat. Okay, we're going to increase it again to 15. As the resistance comes on, we're going to keep that same cadence. And that helps you increase your speed. Okay guys, doing well. Keep it steady. Remember to keep the front of your foot nice and close to the pedal. Moving those dead spots. And if you conky, so we're going at 265. Here we go. Good. Continue pedaling. 215. We've just increased it slightly now. Now it's 1 minute at 215, 30 seconds at 240. Then we're going to throw down 10 seconds at 310. So now that I've just conked into 1 yard of gear, you just notice that tiny increase in resistance, but managing to keep that same cadence, and that's what works on our strength and speed at the same time. Okay, so we're going to go up to 240 for 30. For you guys, it'll be different. Whatever your FTP is, it'll be sending it out your FTP zones. And that's what's great about power, is you train exactly to what you need to. So now this is just slightly above my FTP or around my FTP. This is 100% for me. Short little burst. And then we go up to 10 seconds. 130%. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Haven't really changed anything underneath the pedaling. Just continue to add pressure on top. Keep the same cadence. Keep pedaling. Keep pedaling. Pressure on top of the pedals. Boom. Snapshot. Ooh. Good, keeping that power, keeping that pressure. Keep applying. You don't ease off. Just move my foot a little bit again, just because it was shuffling forwards. Just going to use the inside of my foot. Continue getting that pressure. This little hill here goes up to something like 15%. Glad I'm not doing that. We're going to work on a short little burst of 30 seconds. So increasing it slightly again, so up to threshold. Get your breathing right. Nice deep breaths. Plenty of oxygen in. I like to do 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out. Okay, we're going to go for 10 seconds. Driving up, 130%. Really feel it. Use the balls of your feet to push into the pedal. Good, and we're done there. Keep pedaling now, we're not done. So use this as a recovery. Get nice and smooth. Save energy where you can. So even though we're coming downhill, don't get carried away by the gradient. You're going to just keep pumping out what it's asking you to do. Little sprint. Good, keep pedaling, keep the pressure in the pedals. This is quite similar to maybe a crit situation where there might be a short, sharp hill, or a breakaway situation where you need to get a little bit of a sprint on in a pack to hold on to that wheel. So it's really good workout, both working your aerobic and anaerobic systems. But what's great about the erg mode is, even though I'm in a group here, even if they wanted to get away from me, my resistance will be altered for my session. So I can't suddenly just go on a spurt and chase these guys down, which is what we talk about a lot when we start coaching clients, is all about making sure that we kind of look after ourselves as an individual, instead of worrying about the group ride, what the group is doing. Okay, so we're going to go for another 10-second sprint. Good. Just going to increase, go into an easier gear, get the legs spinning again. Keep that power though. As you can see, speed comes right off. In line with that gradient. So it's using algorithms that show exactly what would happen if you were on that gradient at that power, gear, cadence, even though we are in erg mode. So you won't feel the resistance, but the computer will generate an algorithm which shows you exactly what would happen if you were on resistance. Okay, doing well, guys. Keep it going. Back up, 240, back to threshold, 30 seconds. Woo! Got some crazies in front. Here we go. Just going to go into my drops a little bit. Let that power go in. Good. Nice. Starting to feel that in the legs now. Got one more to do. Then we've got a rest, 5-minute rest. Then we're into our next lot. So if anyone's looking for another session, we do a 12:30 session on a Wednesday, 12:30 p.m. afternoon lunch. And that is a Zwift training ride, not a session-based one. And you can find out all the information on www.thecyclegym.co.uk/Zwift schedule. So here we go, last one, last 10. Building it up, hard again. Keep that cadence. Good, keep pushing all the way to the end. Keep driving those legs. 2, 1, good stuff, well done. So we'll reduce that power, feel that resistance come off. Start dropping to an easier gear if you can. If you need more resistance, make sure you stay in a harder gear to keep your legs on top of the pedal. What we don't want is those dead spots. We don't want you hearing that clunky, clunky, clunky. Nice and smooth. Balanced on both sides. And you're just going to recover, get your breath back. So big deep breaths in. Watch your heart rate drop till it comes down to a normal level. So possibly somewhere, depending on how fit you are, in the range of sort of 110s to the 140s, something like that. Good, nice and easy. Try and keep your cadence up at about 90 RPM. Make sure you get some water on. Don't neglect your water. Don't feel like the water is a burden. Don't remember the tunnel being this long. I'm wondering if they've added to London. Question I'm going to have to ask somebody. Okay, that is my first bottle done. On to the next. Okay, hope you're feeling good. So next is 4 1-minute efforts at 90%. And then we're dropping down to about 75%. Then heading back up to an 8-minute interval at 95 to finish off with, and then a 5-minute recovery. Ooh. Okay, so you should be pretty much fully recovered now. Should be feeling pretty good again. Should be able to talk, be able to move around. Shouldn't feel like you should be out of breath. So 30 seconds to go until we start with our 4x1s. So 4 minutes, 1 minute at 90%, back down to 70, 75. For 2 minutes, and back up 90. So we're going to go up and down. Remember, keep it nice and smooth. So this is going to be underneath the threshold, so it should feel like you should do this for a lot longer. There we go. So I'm just going to dip into an easier gear, keep the pressure through the pedals. So as you can see there, the power did not drop. Cadence comes up slightly. So I'm keeping my foot nice and flat on top of the pedal. Just riding up this hill nice and smooth. As you can see, as the gradient increases, the speed comes off due to the algorithm that Zwift put in. So it's replicating an outdoor feel. So we're going to drop that down, 180 for 2 minutes. It's about 70, 75%. Keep that pedal stroke through though. Don't think you should slow down. Keep it steady. Good, so we're coming down around the corner, heading down towards the mall again. Nice new pedal stroke. You want to be sort of middle gear to upper gear, so that you've got a nice smooth cadence, roughly about 90. Find the gear that suits 90, but also puts out the power requested. There it is, Parliament. Hot topic in the news right now. So just going to increase that power by increasing the cadence. Remember, the resistance will come off if you've got a smart trainer as necessary. Make sure you just continue working. Don't stop, don't ease up. That slight increase in resistance, just slowed my cadence up slightly, so you're just going to increase that. Funny, some of the things you don't see unless you look from a different angle. Okay, we're going back down for 2 minutes. 180. Keep pedaling. Keep the pressure in the pedals. Let the cadence increase. Nice and flat. Roll the front of your foot into the shoe if you need to keep it nice and steady. May have to sneeze. Apologies in advance. Apologies for that. So back into that minute effort. A lot of people coming up here. Okay, doing well, keeping it steady, last 20. Okay, back down, keep pedaling, keep the pressure on the pedals. Don't ease up. Got one more of these and then we're into our 8-minute effort to finish off. Minute to go on this rest effort. So as you can see, I'm trying to not move on the bike. I'm trying to keep myself as steady as possible. Keep a nice symmetrical look. Really just using the legs, trying to keep the back and the shoulders nice and rigid to reserve the energy. Okay, almost there, guys. Good, keep that cadence at 90 as we increase to about 80%, 90%, sorry. Increase that power. Keep the force on the pedals. Good. So when you're going up this hill, you can easily increase that power and shoot off and decrease your hill climb time. But that will cost you in energy. So you've got to balance out how you're going to pace a hill. You can either increase the power up it and decrease it down to reduce your hill climb time, or you can take it steady all the way through, balance it out. One of those is going to increase the amount of time it takes to get up and down the hill. You've got to find that most efficient ride time and power over that hill. So again, continue pedaling. This is the last 2 minutes. Then we're going straight into an 8-minute effort at 95%. So I'm keeping it nice and steady. Really looking to just tap out that rhythm. Keeping my breathing controlled. Try and get it in rhythm with my pedaling. Good work, guys. Don't ease up, keep pushing. I'm going to have a drink of water. I'm just going to prep myself for the 8-minute effort. So I want to be really consistent throughout that whole effort. What I'm going to do as well is I'm just going to notch into one harder gear to help build up my speed and strength. And you can do the same too. It's going to be harder to get 90 RPM, but my speed should go up. 8 minutes, here we go. Harder gear. Speed starts to rise. Resistance comes off slightly. Good. Nice and steady. So try not to force the effort, keep the legs relaxed. Use the feet a little more if you need to reduce the stress in the legs. Good job, nicely done. Keep that speed. 1 minute ticked off. Again, if you feel like you've got the legs, notch into a harder gear. Keep the same cadence, 90 to 95 RPM. I'm going to stay in this one. Oh, I've got Alberto Contador out of the saddle next to me. Remember, don't be fooled into riding someone else's game. Ride your own. Keep it steady. Starting to catch those people up now that we're pacing nicely. 2 minutes in. It's looking good. Starting to reel them back in now as they go too hard. Nice steady pace. Keep cranking it out. If you're not tired already, again, use a harder gear. Get the same cadence. Should be starting to fatigue towards the end of the session. Solid work, 3 minutes done. 5 to go. Another drink of water. Four minutes in, halfway. Starting to feel it in the legs now. Just keep working. Get your breathing right. Get as much oxygen in as you can. Good work. Nicely done, keep going. Round this corner. Quick pick over the Surrey Hills. As you can see, speed really picks up on this when you do hit a downhill. Remember, just keep pacing. Same power, same cadence, work on that endurance. You're almost done. Just over 2 minutes to go for a 5-minute cool down. So I'm just easing into an easier gear, pushing out the same power, increasing that cadence. So harder gear. Decrease that cadence again, get that speed back up a little. 1k an hour. I'm so used to not being on erg mode and driving into the hill in an easier gear to reduce stress. Kind of went into autopilot mode there. Okay, minute to go, guys. Good work. Keep pushing. Stay steady. Finish strong. Thirty seconds, 20 seconds. Here we go. Four, three, two, one. Good. Up into a nice easy gear. Keep some pressure in that pedal. Grab some water. Whew. Good work. Nicely done. Okay. So pedal it out. Don't stop. What you don't want to do is just stop and freeze and let the lactic acid build up. Continue pedaling, let the blood flow continue around the body. Replenish the lactic acid that you have built up and just cool it down. Nice and steady, nice and easy. Gradually winding it down over the 5 minutes. If you want to stop beforehand, absolutely feel free. If you need to get off, we have kept this to an hour, but if you feel like you can cool down a lot quicker, feel free to hop off. But thank you very much for joining us today. Hope you enjoyed that session. Just keep remembering the victory is in your veins. The journey might be a long one, but it's a fun one. No point training if there aren't some hard times and ultimately some good times. If you need any tips, any help, contact me on info@thecyclegym.co.uk. Message me on Facebook, facebook.com/cyclegym. And I shall reply to you as quickly as possible. If you want to like our pages, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, beam.pro, you name it, we got it. And we would love that. Remember, we give away prizes to when we reach 100 people on each social media site. We give away socks or t-shirts or shorts or something personalized with a slogan, so you can choose your own or we can come up with one for you. And yeah, so we're close to that 100 mark on a few of our social channels, so make sure you keep liking, commenting, sharing. Always appreciate those shares. And yeah, glad you could come out today, or whenever you're doing this, if you're playing it back. Look forward to hearing comment on how you get on with it. Let us know. I'm going to get off for a shower, eat some food. Did a chicken yesterday. We've got some leftover chicken. Might do risotto, maybe And they're fried up. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see if the girlfriend has cooked anything. It's always interesting to see what we come back to sometimes. She does try though. God loves a trier. Ah, lovely. Now, see, should feel much better now after that 5-minute cool down. All right, 10 seconds to go. Nice and easy. If you want to carry on riding, feel free. Otherwise, thank you for coming out. We'll see you again soon.